Hello students, yesterday we are started with the Cartesian system of rectangular coordinates. So I explained to you what is a Cartesian system which deals with the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. So you all know vertical axis is y-axis and horizontal axis is x-axis. In point of view of board exam, remember that x-axis, x while denoting x-axis, x is capital. While denoting y-axis, y is capital. And while denoting coordinates, the x is written as small and y is written as a small. Okay, so remember this thing. Okay, so this is the first quadrant. Clockwise we have to go. We have to consider this is as the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, third and fourth. Anti-clockwise we have to go, and fourth quadrant. First, second, third and fourth quadrant. Keep this in mind. The angle between x-axis and y-axis is 90 degree. Angle between x-axis and y-axis is 90 degree. This is considered as a plus. Why this is plus? X is plus here, x is positive here, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So x is positive and also y is positive. So plus plus. X is negative and y is positive. X is negative, y is positive. X is negative, y is also negative. Minus minus, minus plus, minus minus, and plus minus. X axis sign is taken first and y axis sign taken second. So what is this plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, plus minus is? It is nothing but that sign of that axis in that quadrant. So in first quadrant, x-axis is positive, y-axis is positive. In second quadrant, x-axis is negative, y-axis is positive. In third quadrant, x-axis is negative, y-axis is negative. In fourth quadrant, x-axis is positive, y-axis is negative. Likewise, you are going to consider the signs of the quadrant. So remember this thing. So one more thing to remember is that this quadrant we have to consider anti-clockwise counting. We have to consider anti-clockwise counting. So x-axis coordinate of x-axis is called as abscissa. What it is called as abscissa. The coordinate of x-axis is called as abscissa, and coordinate of y-axis is called as ordinate. It is called as ordinate. So remember this thing. Abscissa, what is what? In some condition, the state board exam also they are using the word abscissa, except the x coordinate. Suppose here is one point whose coordinate are 2 and 3. X coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 3. In this case, x, they are not going to tell you that what is abscissa. They are not going to tell you that what is x coordinate. They are indirectly using this word. Abscissa is 2, ordinate is 3. Abscissa is 2. So you must know these words. What is meant by abscissa and what is meant by ordinates. Ordinate, coordinate not, ordinate only, ordinate. In coordinate, remove that co, you are getting the ordinate. So abscissa and ordinate are the right word. For x coordinate, abscissa is there, and for y coordinate, ordinate is there. Ordinate. Okay, so remember. So distance formula, all you know the distance formula. What is distance formula? we learned this before. The distance formula is there. What is the distance formula? Is under root x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. Okay. So x2 minus x1. What is x square x1? Abscissa. So difference of abscissa and its square plus difference of ordinate and its square and its under root. So difference of abscissa and difference of ordinate. So remember this thing. This is nothing but a distance formula. It is what? Distance formula. Distance formula. Formulae, not formula. Formulae is a plural. If there are many formulas are there, then we call it as formulae. And only one formula is there, then we call it singular formula. Okay. So this is the things you are told to determine the distance between 2 points. Are the some examples will be there depending upon the distance formula. Will revise first distance formula. Suppose 2 points are there, so the x coordinate is 1, 2, and x and y coordinate is 1, 2, and another point is there, the x and y coordinate is 3, 3, 4. Then we have to determine the distance between these 2 points. Not necessarily that their position is same as I shown on the blackboard. So what will be their difference? Under root x2. Difference between abscissa. What is the difference between abscissa? 3 minus 1, 2 square. Plus difference between ordinate 4 minus 2, 2 square. So what will be there? Under root 4 plus 4. So under root 4 plus 4, 8. So under root 8 is what? 4 into 2, take square root of 4 to under root 2. Units we have to write. Or if you are not written units, last year one example is there in 10th state board. Remember both 9th standard student and 10th standard student also. So there is one example, and I'm checking that papers, and they are strictly given a warning that if there is one answer that some answer is there 2.1 liter, 2.1 liter option is there, and they need answer 2.1 liter. If liter is not written, the half mark for answer is not given. If the liter is not written, half mark for that answer is not given. So 2.1 liter is important. Whatever your unit should be important. As this is the distance is the length. So length is absolutely going to have some certain unit, which quantity doesn't have a unit. The ratio of same quantity. If you are taking ratio of distance to the distance, then their unit going to be cancelled. Suppose you are taking 2 kilometer ratio with a 3 kilometer. If you are taking this ratio, kilometer is going to be cancelled. So ratio of same quantity, their unit is not there. You are having the ratio. You are having ratio in physics, that kilometer per hour, but their kilometers ratio with time is there. They are not similar quantity. Kilometer is distance and hour is a time. So ratio of different quantity is there. The unit is certain unit is there. Kilometer per hour, minute per second, or meter per second is there. But if you are taking a ratio of same quantity, then unit get disappear, and there is no unit for the ratio. Though the ratio should be of same quantity, time to time. If you are taking the ratio of time to the ratio of another time, then there is no unit for that. But you are considering here, we are writing a distance. It is not a ratio of same quantity, distance. So distance, where, how you are measuring the distance? Kilometer, meter, mile. Then likewise, then it should have certain units. If the unit is not given in the example, we have to suggest that there by writing word units. If singular is there, one unit, one answer is there, you can write unit. But multiply is there, plural, then units we have to write down. So we have to denote, we have to suggest that certain unit should be there, 2 under root 2 and certain unit should be there. Unit is not given in the example, so we have to write this as the units. If you not written units, their steps half mark will be not given to you. If you have written only 2 under root 2, you have written 2 under root 2, in this case you will not getting a mark. If there whatever the distance, meter is given, kilometer is given, you have to write it here. If they are not given any unit, then you have to write this word units. Units you have to write there. What you have to write? Units. Remember this thing. Okay. So likewise, in the examples of state board, you will be asked. We shortly going to start the lectures on the state board exam. So remember this thing. So you should remember this thing. So coordinate system is there. Okay. So many students are not replying. I am giving you one homework. Find out the distance between 2, 3 and 4, 8. And everybody have to solve this example stepwise, 9th standard and 10th standard also stepwise, and you have to reply me on my WhatsApp number, or okay, or reply me on WhatsApp number, okay, or WhatsApp group. Everybody have to reply this. Now we have to going to interact with each other using this way. So this is for homework. Determine the distance between these 2 points and take the snapshot of your notebook and send me on my WhatsApp number or in the group, and send your name with that snapshot also. Those who are not replying me, I am going to connect with them and going to complain with the Sati sir. Okay, the Sati sir will call your parents. So solve this homework and take the snapshot and reply me on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so remember this. So this is one type of example is there. So try to solve the exercise 22.1. There is this is simple question. This is a simple question. Difficult question may be like this, that show that the 4 vertices are of a rectangle. 4 vertices are of a rectangle. You should remember the properties of rectangle. What is the properties? What are the properties? Their opposite sides are equal. Their opposite sides are equal. So to show the opposite sides, this opposite sides, distance we are going to calculate. Whatever the vertex, so they are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not exactly. You have to check whether it is rectangle or not. You have to check whether it is rectangle or not. So what you are going to, which circumstances depending on the distance formula. This distance check this distance, either they are equal. Okay. Check these 2 distance, either they are equal. Okay. Opposite sides are equal. Now a rectangle is given, and then we have to also check the diagonals. Diagonals of rectangles are also equal. Diagonals of rectangles are also equal. So rectangles diagonals are equal. So you have to check that these diagonals should be length should be diagonals length should be equal. So these 3 conditions you have to check either it is rectangle or not. Plus these 2 sides calculate distance, difference between axis or difference between ordinate. Calculate these 2 distance, either they are equal. If yes, check these 2 distance. Yes, then also check the diagonal. So you should remember, you should know the properties of all types of shapes of quadrilateral: parallelogram, rectangle, square, okay, rhombus. Then then only you are able to solve the examples related to that. So I told you the properties of rectangle. One more property is there: all angles 90 degree, but that are not useful. Yes, you can useful, but they are related to the slope. While learning the slope, I will explain you what are the properties related to the angle of that rectangle. So remember this. To solve this example also, I will take the snapshot and send me on my WhatsApp group or text me on WhatsApp. Okay. So thank you.